Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Media Dump podcast. I'm Don. This is Nick. Together we're
without Nathan.
Yeah. If you watched our last episode, this is episode 19. If you watched our last episode, episode 18, we had our first special guest, and I think it went pretty well. We kind of went off the rails a couple times.
For like an hour?
But Skyla said, I'm 6.5 minutes in, and I've laughed out loud at least 5 times.
She's biased.
She's also biased.
I don't think it was that funny. Or she's just got.
I think it worked pretty well. It just I think after an hour of recording and it was an hour of board games. We just talked about board games for an hour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they watched it. They know.
Yeah, everybody here watched it.
Yeah.
We kind of went off the rails a little bit.
Right?
Nathan went on about Evil Dead for about
like 5 minutes, right?
It was less than that. It seemed like a lot longer.
It seemed like 20.
Yeah, and I was like,
a synopsis of a movie.
I was like, all right, we can talk about this next time.
Yeah.
But
he decided.
And they didn't cut it out just because I thought it was kind of funny that he's going on about Evil Dead. I just thought it was funny, so I left it in. I was like, I could cut it out. I told myself I was going to cut out, but I kind of listened to it, and I was like, it's just kind of funny because he's just looking at me talking, and you're just like behind us, not paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're on your phone. You're like, they're just talking about Evil Dead, and you can tell I like want him to stop talking. If you look at my face, I'm like,
get on with it, yeah.
I just thought
it's not like he watches these. He just likes them on Facebook.
He says he watches them sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Well, anyways, this podcast is basically me and him. We talk about all the media we've consumed over the past 2 weeks. We usually go by, not usually, we always go by, what it's called?
Segments.
There you go. First segment is board games.
Mm-hmm. Well, technically, first segment is tangent, then board games.
Tangent, then board games. Almost always there's a tangent. I try to not, but this time decided let it be a tangent. Hopefully the sound's better in this one. Sound was kind of messed up in the last one.
It's a little buzzy. Had some music or something playing? I don't know.
Yeah. And that was just the same song over and over.
I know.
Yeah. I thought about doing different ones, but I was like, nah, fuck it.
Just play your Spotify.
Yeah, I was like, I'll just do the same song.
So what'd you play?
So, since we played last...
Since we recorded last, what'd you play?
Tuesday. Oh, we put...
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Just to jump in. Did you play, what is it, the Lord of the Rings game? Was it War for the Ring?
Yeah.
Did you play with Nathan?
Yep.
Nice.
Oh shit, I didn't write it down. But
No.
I gotta write it down.
Okay. You should take pictures of the games.
I do, and I mean to put them in, and I never do.
Okay. I took a handful of pictures for a later thing, and I'll show you a really easy way to get it on the computer.
I wanted to show the picture of I told myself I was going to show the picture of the Pirates Cove score, because if you remember, it was 35 to 34 to 36 to 35 to 34 to 33. And I didn't show it. I'll try and show it here if I remember. And I just thought that was funny. It was just like, what? Yeah, right there. I'll
move it over here.
Hopefully I'll show these pictures. I did take a couple pictures. And we played, so last day I talked about, me and Nathan was here, we played Terraforming Mars and Catan, that previous night, and then we recorded. We played Star Wars Villainous, Power of the Dark Side.
Yeah, I heard you guys wanted to play that.
Nathan really wanted to play it.
Yeah.
Skylar played Grievous, Nathan played Vader, and I played Moff Gideon.
Yeah, you didn't play Ventress again?
No, because I want to try other ones, but I do like Ventress.
I figured you would give her another shot. You know.
I kind of liked Moff Gideon's thing, if I can remember. His mission. But one card was so annoying. It was a hero card, and it got played, and it was I couldn't move. So Grogu is on a hero spot, and you want him to move to the dark side and stuff. And one card was like, you can't move to Grogu, so it's this whole spot I can't even move to, and then that got put on a spot that I needed to fucking go to, and it was like. Yeah. That set me back so. It was just so much work. Oh, and then Nathan ended up winning. Darth Vader I think is the easiest. You have to fate. You kind of have to keep fating.
Well, what's his goal?
So you have Luke on the hero side. And you have to flip him to conflicted, and then play Sidious to the throne room, and then pay 6 influence or whatever it is.
Power or whatever.
Yeah. So there's two. If you remember, there's 2 ways to pay. There's power and influence.
Yeah.
It's not called influence. Whatever the fuck it's called.
Midichlorians or whatever.
Yeah. And I'd pay 6 of the more expensive one. And
Doge.
and it's kind of easy. It's kind of I feel like it's easy. And then Grievous is also kind of easy because you can't really stop him.
Isn't it just sabers?
It's just defeat heroes and get sabers. You can't really stop him.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like Grievous, like you're playing against the clock, Grievous to win. But again, like just like Ventress, I feel like if I played Mongolian again, I would do better.
Yeah.
But I did pretty bad. But I did like his thing. I can't really remember a whole lot. He has like a multiple of one kind of card that attacks, and basically you have to play a character down, play a card down, conflict Grogu, and then pay, and then you win. So it's like kind of the same thing as Vader, except Vader's easier. I feel like Vader's too easy because he's won like we played 4 times. Vader played every time I think. And
Vader's just stronger.
I didn't win as Vader. I played Vader the first time and I didn't win because I was trying a dumb strategy that I shouldn't have done. Like,
which is fun, honestly.
Yeah, and I was not. And Skylar was just like perfectly fading me with like the perfect things to stop me from winning. Yeah.
See, that's part of
I also care the least about getting. I've never seen this show.
Yeah. That's one of the things that I think it was like 4 years ago. I just gave up on like winning board games. I mean, like, I don't intentionally lose, but I just don't play.
You were pretty happy when you won a
war game. Now, to be fair,
Catan. You jumped. You like.
I didn't win Catan.
No, not this time. We played before, and if you remember, we had Seafarers at my mom's, and you like jumped up out of the table, and you were like, oh, "I've never won before. I'm gonna win." You're like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna win."
Well, because I didn't realize I was gonna win until I was gonna win.
I was like, so don't say you don't care because you jumped up. You went like he went like this. He went, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win.
I don't care about winning games I've already played. Like if it's a new game and we don't
have a new
have
scenario in Seafarers.
Yeah, if it's something we haven't played before or something that's new, I'll try a little harder. But after that first time, it's like this is the first time experiencing it. You want it to mean
first time you kind of have to not.
Yeah.
Be trying to win, especially if somebody else wins the game more than you.
Yeah.
You just have to play. You just have to learn it.
Just like Sheriff. Like, I stopped lying in Sheriff of Nottingham just because it seemed like... there's going to be a time when I decide to just say screw it and lie again, and no one will know it's coming. And that's the thing. It's like, just play a completely random way. Like, I don't know if you noticed last time we played Pirates Cove.
I want to play I want to play Sheriff of Nottingham, but lie every single time on every single thing.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun way.
I think the only thing you can't lie about is
the number of cards in there.
No. I mean, like in that situation, like you can lie about pretty much any turn. I think the only thing you can't lie about is things you make promises for. Like if you agree to give somebody something.
No, because you did a pinky promise and you broke that. In Sheriff of Nottingham, you could break the no promises are binding, but there's some other games where they say in the rules that if you promise to give that, you have to do it.
Well, like, if you promise to give somebody something in your bag, I believe you have to give it to them.
Yes.
That's the thing. You can't lie about that.
You have to give them
But you can lie about other information, except
you can't, like, bribe them, and then they give the bag to you, and then you don't pay them.
Yeah.
You can't, you're not
you
allowed
have to hold up that side.
Okay, then why are we playing this game if you're just going to do that?
But...
Last time we played Pirates Cove, you just didn't try?
No. Nobody noticed I was skipping a space every single time. Like, I would go from, 1, 3, 5... I was looping around that way, and nobody noticed. And I think I ran into 2 people the whole time we played. So, I just decide before we start playing, what I'm going to do that's just, a random, misfit trait to play. And I just kind of stick with that. The only one that doesn't work with is Last Friday.
Yeah.
Because there isn't really, what am I going to do? It's I'm going to run towards the killer.
I want to play that again.
Everything is technically a legitimate strategy.
I haven't gotten to play it in a while, but I definitely want to play that again.
What else did you play, by the way?
We played Castles of Magdalene and Ludwig.
Nice. With the expansion?
I think we just played base.
Okay.
I want to do what's good.
I don't know if I've played with the expansion.
Let's do the secret. There's 3 secret passages, isn't it? Where it's literally just 3 tiny, the size of my this big,
just
pinky.
one space?
Yeah, it's a little tiny thing, and it's a secret passage where you connect a couple things. And I was like, we should just always play with this. She's like, no, let's not play. Let's just play base. And I was like, let's just play with this.
Loser.
It's really small, really like easy, a tiny thing to add in. And I'm from now on, I'm always gonna play with it. And Nathan beat the absolute ever loving shit out of us. Me and Skyla and Nathan played it. He fucking destroyed us. The highest anybody's ever gotten.
Yeah.
So Skyla got 117, her personal best.
Nice.
I got 138, my personal best.
Nice. And then Nathan came.
How much do you think Nathan got?
You said 138?
138 was my personal best. Best game I've ever had. It was only 3 players, so you're gonna score more points 3 player.
I want to say like 150.
162.
Dang. I was going to say like 160.
The board only goes up to 150, guys. He went past the board and back to down there.
Well, we've done that in other games. Like Ticket to Ride, right? No, we just counted. No, we've done that in Ticket to Ride. That's insane, though. Wait, which one's his?
Oh, that's mine, that's Skyla's, that's Nathan's.
Yeah, his does look kind of wonky.
And then look at the score.
It looks like he got destroyed, but no,
he did not. Yeah. I'll put this in the chat. Okay. And I think that's just his fucking game, dude.
Put it right here. No, I meant the picture. Put the picture right here.
We did play 3 player. We're gonna score more, obviously. But so in Castle Making Logway, you're making a castle. Why don't you explain a little bit? You're making a castle.
We've explained before, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. And you're and there's 4 scoring things in the middle where you're gonna score off of these, and me and Skyla didn't pay enough attention to those, and he scored the top score in all 4 of them.
Jesus. Yeah, but
because you score from that and you score from cards in your hand. So I was just looking at the cards in my hand.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll just get second. I will just aim for second in those, and those 2 can share the first.
Yeah.
And Skyla was thinking the same thing. So me and her shared the second, and Nathan won the first.
Yeah. That's also the thing. It's like if everybody else isn't paying attention, you just walk away with that game.
Yeah, he did. And then we also played Pac-Man, the board game.
How's that?
It's not a good game, but it's fun.
I bet. It's like Pong, the board game.
The score is 2,000 to 2,400. Me and Nathan won. It's not a good game, but you're actually like running around as Pac-Man, and then somebody else is the ghost, and you flip a card over and you move the ghost. And
yeah.
There's one really interesting thing. We played it before, right?
Nope. I haven't played it.
We should play it after this. It'll be real quick.
We have other stuff.
Played in less than 10 minutes.
We have other stuff to do.
So you roll 3 dices, Pac-Man, you move, but then once you eat a power pellet, then you roll 1 dice, move that. Roll 1 dice, move that. Roll 1 dice, move that.
So you have more control. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. No. Because you could be 2 spaces away from a ghost and roll a 1. And you're like, oh, you win.
Well then.
So it's less control. So you have to you can't you gotta be really careful.
Okay.
We'll play after this.
If we have time.
We played Catan Cities and Nights with this boy and Gary.
I won.
No, you didn't.
No, I came in last. I think I don't know.
No, you came in. No, Skylight got 4 points.
Oh, that's right.
Remember? So we talked about this. We talked about
loser.
This. Yeah. What a loser. We talked about this before. Catan Cities and Nights is normal Catan. Catan's a really popular game. You should probably just know what it is.
Yeah.
If you've never played it, just a picture of it. You've seen a picture of it for sure.
What are you, caveman?
Yeah. Come on, Cam. And Catan Cities and Nights is just like use the same board, but it's like everything's more powerful.
Yeah.
And so, but we talked about this before that should probably only play it 3 players because the 4th player always gets fucked. Because if you, one person will probably get screwed at the beginning and then you lose. So you start off with something super powerful, and then something happens, and then you can lose that something powerful, and it's really hard to come back from. And that's happened to Skyla, and she lost that something powerful, and she didn't come back from it.
Yeah.
And she got 0 points. Like the whole rest of the game, she got nothing. She was absolutely fucked the entire game. And so that is probably the last time we're gonna try and play 4 player.
Yeah. You won, didn't you? Or was it Gary?
I won.
Okay.
Gary,
he was right behind you. He was right behind
cousin-ish.
Yeah.
He
It was close.
He got like.
I think it was 1 point behind you, right?
No, he got 10. I got 14.
Okay.
But he understood that game really quick, which was good.
Well,
he did. He was like
he understood a majority of it, but there was a lot of things he kept forgetting.
Yeah, but he did way better than anybody else I've ever seen.
True. Yeah.
He did better than most people play normal Catan.
He wants to play board games. That's the thing.
Yeah,
he really wants to play board games.
We can get a fucking ride back home.
Yeah.
Come over on Mondays.
And take the bus. I just realized you had poppers up there.
Yeah, if you see they're open, I don't know if you can see this online, pretty sure Nancy came in here and ate those. Did you mean to do that?
Nope. That's why I was like, what the fuck happened? I was just holding my hand. I gave it a little roll.
You looked up.
And it just fucking popped.
You look at that. Look at that. The sound is like the whole bar.
Just gonna go ahead and put that back. That one was
yeah,
ready to go.
Well, anyways,
yeah, moving on.
I thought that was Gary like totally got the game like right off the bat, and I was like, kinda. So good job, Gary. And then me and Skyla played Terraforming Mars.
Yeah.
Did
you win?
I got 91. She got 108. Personal 2-player best. It was the best game she's ever had 2-player.
Mm-hmm.
But
when you play that much, since you guys play all the time now that you got the
wait a minute,
carry display thing.
She got the same amount of points she did the last time we played 2-player.
She's a cheater. You're a cheater.
What is wait? This is impossible.
Yeah, didn't you say it was like personal best, but it's the same number?
Yeah.
Cheater.
It says average 108, best 108.
Huh.
50% win percentage.
Huh.
So that means she got the same amount of points.
Huh. You're a loser.
I'm a loser.
Yes.
Dude, Skyla, I love you, baby. She was pulling at me. So my problem in board games is I complain about the board games, and you know this, and I'm trying to stop. I feel like I'm getting better at doing that.
Mm-hmm.
What?
You're pissed off she was doing the same thing.
No, she was complaining that I was making so much money.
Uh-huh.
Complaining. You make so much. Oh my god, you make so much money. You make so much money. You make so much money. Over and over and over and over again. I was like, Skylar, you're going to win. She's like, no, I'm not. You make so much more money than me. It was only like 25 more than her, which is a good amount, but it's not like crazy. And then guess what happened?
She won.
She won. 108 to 90. She got 17 more points than me, and she was complaining I was making too much money.
Because, say it with me, you're a loser.
And then real... Oh, me and Nathan did play War of the Ring. Forgot to write it down. I played good guys, he played bad guys. You gotta play bad guys your first time. And I...
Cheated.
Did...
Cheat.
Win.
Cheat.
No. I don't think so. There's one rule that I still don't really understand. Mm-hmm. And when I play that game, there's so many rules that I say off the bat is like, we're just going to play. You know, even if some of the rules wrong, we're just going to play. We spent hell long trying to look at the rules. Mm-hmm. And I did win. But the problem is, like, now I'm at the point where I understand the game, and so I play with new people.
Who don't understand the game?
They're, like, not going to get it. Nick, don't say this to me. I only played it. That was my second time playing it was with you, so I did not understand it.
Yeah. And then the third time you played it, you cheated.
Yeah.
You're a cheater.
And so he was like about halfway through. So I was just you can win by warring, just fighting, and also moving the ring down a track, and then go to Mordor, and then you move it down another track. So I was kind of just really proud of myself for moving. I was moving the ring so well, and I was like, oh my god, I'm moving this ring so good. I was focusing on the ring so much. And about halfway through, I kind of realized I was like, I'm playing too well. And I could tell that Nathan wasn't having that fun of a time. And we took a break and we talked for a second. And he was like, I definitely feel resentment for like against you because you're beating me. So then I pulled back a little bit, and I feel like he had a lot more fun the second half of the game.
Yeah.
And he still almost won, but I could have done a couple of things. Like, I had hella people in like one. He took most of Gondor, and I had hella people in the back part of it, and I could have like pushed out a little bit.
Yeah.
And there were a couple times where I didn't do an attack that I should have. Like,
that you could have.
Like, he only has 3 guys here, and I got like 7, and I'm like, I could totally attack. I should attack him here because he has one of his minions there, and I was like, I should attack him, but I was like, I'm just not going to.
Yeah.
I feel like that was the right. But he definitely had a better time, and he still almost won. He was like 2 points away from winning. It's kind of hard once you get down to the very bottom of that mortar track. Like you're just fucked. Like it's kind of. I feel like there's something. I don't know if there's something missing, or I just don't understand, or you're just fucked.
For which team?
For the good guys.
Like it's just that hard.
Once you're on the mortar track, because it's like every eye. So when you get a success, it's every eye or every dice rolled that's a success in that roll, is 1 point of corruption against you. And you can only have 12. So you're on the mortar track. You have to move up it 5 times. So you could and as the bagger, you're probably gonna put like 3 dice in there. So then I put 1 in. So then you're rolling. I don't know. It just kind of gets to a point where it's like. I was like, I need to move it, and he has 5 dice in there. Yeah. And I'm like, I have to move the ring, because I'm going to lose. And then he like rolls a success, and he gets to do 5 corruption, which is almost half of all the corruption I can possibly take. And you can only heal, you can only actually heal up to, if you're not in a, so you can go to a stronghold and heal, or you have cards in your hand to heal. I think there's only 3 cards that heal you for a total of 4 points.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. I think there's 3 cards that heal you for a total of 5 points, and the rest of the points you just can't heal. Yeah. So like you can go to a stronghold, reveal yourself, and then heal in there, but you can only do that so much. And also Gondor, like, as the bad guys, you're going to attack Gondor, so I can't go in Gondor and heal up. Yeah. So then I'm like, it doesn't. And then even once you do that, you still have to move like 4 spots before you can even go into Mordor. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know, it's kind of. Yeah. It's just hard. And I feel like once it's like, I feel like it kind of gets to a point where it's like, as the bad guy, I'm just going to put 4 dice in here every time and then slowly wear you down to a war of attrition and then eventually kill you. Well, funny enough, that's kind of how the story goes. Yeah, yeah. So, but it's just like, for me, I'm kind of just like, it's got to be something, it's just like, there's something missing there. Because if he just put in like, if he has like 8 dice, if he just puts in 4 every time, and I'm like, what are you gonna do? Exactly. You've got to roll an eye. You're taking 4 corruption. Yeah. And there's not a whole lot you can do against that. I mean, there's some cards and stuff, but I mean, apart from that, you're not really. It's not a sustainable, method. Yeah, it just And for the bad guy, like you could do that until the game ends. Yeah. You could. So, it's kind of hard. But, still love it. It's still so good. Just because, because it's Lord of the Rings. If it was a different theme, definitely wouldn't like it as much. But because it's Lord of the Rings, I'm like, I just love it.
If it was like Stargate or something.
I love it even more.
See what I mean?
It wouldn't really work as Stargate.
No, I get that, because there's not really, it's not one-to-one compatible. But, if there was a Stargate game, I mean,
I thought Lord of the Rings more than Stargate.
True, but I think it would, the way.
Lord of the Rings gotta be top.
I thought top 3. Right?
Yeah, it's gotta be top. I mean, just those 3 movies,
What if it was Jurassic Park? No.
Jurassic Park 3. Okay. Moving on. We play Terraforming Mars again. Mm-hmm. We are gonna take a break.
No, you guys got that new set, so I figure you guys are gonna.
Yeah. And it's definitely our most played game of this year, 7 times. Over
Catan?
Yeah. We played last year. Woo! We played Catan 50, 60 times now. Yeah. Well, so the plan is for when we next week, not this week, but next week we're gonna take a week off, and I'm gonna buy the last 2 expansions and play Terraforming Mars twice, and then we're gonna try to put it down and not play for maybe a couple of months. Just because we're playing it too much. I feel like playing it too much. I feel like I am getting maybe a little bit bored of the cards. I'm like, oh, it's the same cards over and over again, so I kind of want to put the expansions in.
Well, funny enough, the new set for Magic is coming out soon. I think this
She
month.
played Magic.
I heard. Yeah, the new set's coming out this month, so it'll give you something else to do. Yeah. For game.
And in that game of Terraforming Mars, I didn't write down anything. We played 4-player, Dom, Flynn, Skylar, and Flynn won, actually.
Nice.
But he also got... Flynn, I love you, you're my boy, but you got hella fucking lucky. He did. He got hella lucky, and that is mine and Skylar's worst game we've ever had.
Yeah.
Worst game ever playing this. I got 56. She got 61. Skylar got 80. Flynn got 84.
Jesus.
Worst game me and Skylar have ever played. I don't really remember what happened in it. I remember he...
You heard it here. Worst game. Get rid of it.
Worst game. We played Coup 3 times. That was just fun. Nothing to write down about that. Just
Yeah, Coup's fun. Coup's like werewolves.
Flynn won it twice. Skylar won it once. I didn't win it all yet. And I got a new game called Kites. Real quick. Here we go. So that Kites has 6 different timers in it, and each timer is a different amount of time. There's 30 seconds, 45 seconds, 90 seconds, 75 seconds, then 2 60-second ones. Mm-hmm. And what you do is you play a card and you flip one of them. And then it's cooperatively, you play with like 4 people, you play a card, you flip one, you play a card, you flip one, play a card, you flip one. But some of them are double. Mm-hmm. And then each one's a different color, so you play the card on that color and it flips it. And then there's a white one where any card can flip that one. Any single card, any double can't flip it. So like you're like, oh, I only have a double. Oh, look, it's running out. So you're like, that one's running out. You're like, and then you're like, you got to do red extra. You're like, red's going out. Oh, this one's going. This one's going.
Yeah, you just gotta keep them going.
It was a lot of fun. Great fucking game. We lost it the first 2 times. Third time we played it, we won. And it's kind of funny because at the end, because once you flip the white timer over, then you can't flip it over again. So then you only have 60 seconds. So basically, what you do is you're like, okay, ready? Bam, flip the white one over, and then everybody just bam, flip, bam, flip, bam, flip, bam, flip, bam, flip. Even like we flip like the orange one, like orange one's almost done. Flip it again. So that's 2 seconds. Oh, flip it again. We just went boom, boom. That was a lot of fun. So great. It was so much fun.
It sounds like fun. What's the player count? What is it?
It's like 3 or 4 or something.
Okay, it's like 2 to 5.
Yeah, whatever.
Something like that.
And there's, we didn't put these in, but there's challenge cards you can do. Where I forget what the other ones are, but one is like, oh, you like play it and then nobody can talk for a full round.
That's great.
No communicating, so you can't go like this one. You just have to like be quiet and then you have to do it yourself. And there's other ones I can't really remember. I can't remember what they were, but there's like multiple challenges you can put in there, and I feel like that would make the game, that would shake it up so much. And Kites was a lot of fun.
I wonder why it's called Kites.
All the pictures are kites.
Okay, I figured it's something like that.
Pictures on the cards are kites, and it's like...
That has nothing to do with kites.
Timing, I guess like you're flying a kite, and it only flies for an amount of time.
Yeah.
Like, unless it's hella windy constantly, you can fly, but like, a lot of times you can only fly a kite for a little bit, and then like, or something, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Really, I think it was just to have like, so it's Beth Sobel art, so Beth Sobel is like one of the most premier artists in the board game world.
Sure, yeah.
And she is.
Sure, yeah.
And
whatever you say.
she was like, and it's like, I think it's just an excuse to show off her art. That's why it's called Kites. So she can draw some cool kites.
Bob Ross did landscape paintings for Magic the Gathering, so I mean, like...
That's my boy. What do you play?
That's all my board games.
You played none?
I got the Spanish version of Carcassonne, and I had to send it back. It was like $16. I was like, that's a steal! Realized it was Spanish. Yeah. I'm just gonna have to like print it out and just have it in a binder. I'm having the worst luck with this game. Yeah, I can't do anything.
Is that
either.
it? You played nothing else?
Honestly, no.
Magic?
I played some Magic with Gary. I think I sent you a picture. I could be wrong. I definitely took a picture because I think it was just a life counter again because he shuffled up the board. But it was honestly. I think it was actually the day of the last podcast he came over. We played, because I think he came over the next day. Was it the next day? No. We came over that next Saturday. So it was the Friday before. We played some Magic. He kicked the shit out of me like turn 4. I flipped it around, kicked the shit out of him. It was like 68 to -40 or something.
It's pretty good.
All right. He wants to make a few more decks because I told him I was doing the color challenge. Now he's jumping on the bandwagon. I'm watching you. He decided he's going to just get a draft box or... No.
He bought one. Didn't he buy one? I think it's on
I don't know if it was
Snapchat.
I don't know if it was a draft
He bought
box.
Dominaria.
He bought the Aftermath set that just came out. But it was like a $180 set, I think. And it's like... I don't have no money.
But you had to buy him a bus ticket to come over to my
Yeah, because he had just started working. He hadn't got paid yet. So his first paycheck, first thing he does, buys Magic cards.
That's fair.
Where's he working? He's working at Lowe's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he got his first check. He decided to spend it on
Same.
Some, yeah, pretty much, yeah, magic cards. I had him over yesterday because we made some brownies. And this fool, I told him, yeah, bring milk. I'll make brownies. So he brings a half gallon of milk, puts it in the fridge, sees we already have milk, and then just uses ours and takes his gallon home. And I was like, you
awesome
shithead.
Sounds like you're...
Yeah.
Real quick, I forgot about this. I did play a little bit of Magic.
I heard. How'd it go?
You were there.
Not while you were playing.
Yeah.
Were you playing?
We played against Gary.
Oh, that's right. Got your ass kicked, didn't you?
Elves versus Elves. Gary won 2 out of 3. I won one of them. Heroic versus Elves versus Defender. Gary won with Elves. Infinite combo twice.
Yeah.
We'll get back to that in a second. Rats versus Green White. Gary won. Gary beat my Rats. Because my kind of the strategy for the Rats is to make you discard cards. But he just played all his cards, and he didn't have any to discard, so I was like, oh, so my whole strategy like kind of doesn't work against. My, kind of the Rats, they need to be for a stronger, like, more higher cost cards.
Yeah.
If you have a lot of low cost cards, the Rats don't really win, because a big strategy is to make you discard cards.
Yeah.
And also, if I don't do that fast enough in the beginning,
then they just build up, and then it's kind of hard to stop them.
And I have one Rat that, like, it needs to die for me to...
With a draw card? Ooh. Draw card?
No, for me, mean to make you discard a card.
Oh.
Okay. But is like if you're playing like defenders and I play it and I just get attacked, you're just gonna defend and then not do any damage. And it's like, oh.
I have a few cards that it's like target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. That would work amazing for your Death Touch Rats.
Yeah,
I think they're like you do. You have Typhoid Rat.
No.
You do. I'm positive you have Typhoid Rat.
No.
I could have sworn I heard you talking about it when you were playing with him.
I have a Rat that makes you mill 2 cards.
Well, I have 4 copies of him, so I'll give you a few.
I definitely asked for...
I have a stack of cards at home that I gotta bring you.
I played Wizards versus a Burn deck, Gary's Burn deck, and my Wizards beat up, and he was he's like, I'm not playing against... He's like, fuck that Wizard deck. I think it's such a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I'll give you some more of those Aether Adepts, too. They're in the stack.
Yeah. Infinite Combo is so... Here's what I wrote down. Infinite Combo is so fucking stupid. Why would I ever play a deck that has that?
Yep.
Why would I play against you if you have an Infinite Combo?
He built that entire deck for that.
Yeah, but it's not fun. I was like...
It really is.
He was like, okay, and now I have an Infinite Combo. I win. I'm like, yay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that was so fucking stupid. Like, I played against it a little bit, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to do it again. If you have an Infinite Combo on a deck, I'm not going to play... It's dumb.
Yeah.
He's like... And he was also being... He's like, okay, so I'll make 40. I was like, just make 500 million. Why are you making 40?
Yeah.
Just make 2... I'm making 200,000.
Yeah.
And I'm attacking you with 50,000 of them. I'm attacking you.
Yeah.
Just say that. Why are you doing like, oh, I'll have 20? I'm like, what are you? Because he's trying to pretend like it's not, like he's not really having an instant combo. He's trying to pretend like he doesn't have an instant win. He's like, oh, I don't have an instant win.
Yeah, he tried to. So he got me with the Infinite Combo turn 4, and then we ran it back, same decks, and he had his Herd Baloth on the field, which is his starter, and when he gets a 1/1, it creates another, like, 4/4 creature. Well, he has a card in there that when a creature comes to the battlefield, give another creature 1/1, hence the infinite. He put it out on the field and then put out his creature, his elf, that gives it a 1/1, and I immediately Doombladed that thing into oblivion. And I was like, absolutely not. I know your game. I'm ruining you now. Yeah, so, uh-oh, cats. Meow, what do you want? What? He was bored.
I think he wants Nancy.
Shame. But I did figure out...
I think he wants to play.
I was going through some more of my cards and I realized how many... like the green section, I realized how many spiders I had. So I'm going to do a spider green deck. Yeah, I have... Apart from like 2 or 3 like major key pieces, I don't even know if I have, which I probably don't because they're like super rare. I'm just going to see if I can get them online. And that deck will be complete. So I have green, black... blue.
So you can buy Magic cards online, but not card cards online?
Yeah, because they're like 30 cents. It's either that or I just print them out on paper and then stick them in a card sleeve. So, I mean, that's free. But I have like 4 decks completed.
Out of 32?
Mm-hmm.
So you said that, you keep saying this, but let's make these decks.
I'm working on it, my guy.
Slowly.
I have 6,000 cards to go through.
That's fair. I want to make some more decks too, but I just haven't done it.
Well, you can start with a basic 5.
already have them.
You already have the basic 5?
Yeah.
What's your white deck?
My soldiers.
I thought that was your heroic deck.
No, that's red-white.
Okay.
My soldiers with all the proxies.
Oh, your fake one. Got it.
Yeah, my fake one.
Got it, yeah.
Well, I haven't played with it because then I realized, because remember we had this conversation where I realized I was like, instead of trying to just make the best deck, I just want to use the cards I have because that's more fun.
Yeah.
Like, because I was like looking up.
Well, I can just print those cards out for you. Put them in sleeves.
I was going too much in. I was like trying to. I was like, oh, this would be good. This would be good. I was going too much into it. I think.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, infinite combo. Why would I? That's stupid.
Yeah.
Why would I play? If you have an infinite combo, I'm not gonna play against you. It's dumb. It's not fun.
Yeah.
It was stupid. We were just like playing, and it was like kind of tense. There was 3 players, kind of tense. It was like, okay, Nathan's got some defenders. I was like, okay. And like I had my whatever I had my heroics, and I was like, okay, so I could play this. And I was like, and I played this, and it was Gary. I was like, I attacked Gary, and Gary's like, okay, and it was like a good game. And then he goes, all right, I play this, and I have an infinite combo. I win. I was like, yay.
See, you can't just say I win, because as soon as you say you have an infinite combo, you have to explain it, because somebody could just be like, alright, unsummon. Like,
Yeah, but against our decks, it was like, well, you win. I have nothing I can stop.
Yeah. I mean, like your wizard deck, like there's a handful of cards you could just throw out as instants just to bounce a card back. Like, he can't just say, I win.
No, I meant, like, he doesn't say I win, but
Yeah.
it's just like,
It's
I have an
that
infinite combo.
vibe, though. You know?
And then it's like, oh, so you win. Now, maybe some decks can stop that, right? But I don't, here, spoiler guys, I don't construct my decks to be able to instantly stop an infinite combo.
Yeah,
That's not how I want to construct my deck.
No, I
just
same
won't
thing.
play against you.
Know, I find a theme and then I kind of like build around that. But I try to keep like 1 or 2 cards that are just like available for when that happens.
Yeah, but then you have to happen to have that in your hand.
True.
No, I just won't play against you.
True. Yeah, but like with infinite combos, like his specifically, he has like 1 creature that makes that work. I need 1 card to make that not work. So the odds are kind of fair. But it's still like hot garbage, you know.
I'm not gonna play against you.
And I told him that I was like,
I did it a couple
you better
times.
Say something.
I did it a couple times, and I was like, it wasn't really.
I told him the night before. I was like, you better tell him because if you just pull this deck out and decide to do that without saying anything, he's not gonna play Magic with you anymore.
I'm not gonna play that deck.
Yeah.
Why would I play that deck? Why would I play against you?
If he's just gonna be like, yeah, any deck is an infinite combo now. It's like, well, I'm just not gonna play Magic.
I'm not gonna play against. I'm not gonna play against you. All right, let's move on.
All right.
Video games.
What'd you play?
Literally haven't played a single video game in 2 weeks.
Is it because Nathan was here?
Nathan was here for a week, and then this week
Just busy.
just busy. Hasn't been just nothing. No, I did play for like 1 hour.
You got it. You can do it.
I can't remember.
Call of Duty.
No, whatever that
Apex.
No.
Breakpoint.
No. Stop it.
Broken Age.
Oh God. Whatever that
Anthem.
Oh hey. Whatever that indie game we played in the ocean. Whatever it was called.
Abzu?
Abzu.
There we
I
go.
downloaded that because I was like, I'm gonna get just because I keep seeing it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, I'm just gonna play through and get all the trophies.
Yeah, because it is at the top of the list.
Yeah, and I'm only missing like 3 or something. So I was like, so I played that for 1 hour. It's like 4 hours game or something like that, and I played for 1 hour, and that's all I did.
Did you get the trophies?
1 hour of the trophy.
Okay.
There's like 5 sections, and I went through, or there's however many sections. I went through 3 sections. I got everything in 3 sections.
Okay.
And that's
Wasn't sure.
That's literally it. Just haven't really done it.
Yeah.
Nathan was here. I didn't play anything.
I figured as much.
He said the same thing. He played a little bit of
Zelda.
played a little bit of Tears of the Kingdom,
Yeah.
but he kind of said that too. He was like, I'm trying to not really play
Yeah.
video games, like trying to hang out with people more.
Yeah. I mean, he said he was playing it like in obsession level. Like I remember last podcast he was talking about how he's playing it at work. Like he would take orders and then just walk in the back, play a little bit, and then
He said, I don't know if he said it here, but I'll say it here. Fuck it. He said Brandon would like bitch at him. He's like, "When do you go do work?" He's like, "Shut the fuck up, Brandon."
That was great.
And he said when his boss was like, "Should we hire him?" And he's like, "He's probably the best employee you'll ever have."
Yeah.
He's like, he's like, I'm not over exaggerating. He's
Yeah.
probably the best employee you will ever have.
Brandon's pretty good.
And
for
then
that.
now he's like bitching at his boss
Yeah.
to come do work. And he's like, Brandon doesn't ever sit down and not do shit. He's like, he's working the whole time. That's what I said about Jordan. He asked about my job.
Yeah.
And I told him at work, I was like, hey, my brother was asking about the job. I was like, would he be a good employee? I was like, he will probably be the best employee you've ever had.
Yeah.
Like, he will be very good at this job.
Yeah. Because it's a lot of, like, I don't want to say mindless, but it's very, like...
Some tedious stuff.
It's very
but
tedious.
Strong, like, strong, he's strong and fast, and he can...
Yeah. It's not something that takes a whole bunch of thought. You know, it's not quite mindless. Like, you can't just, like, zone out completely. But it's something you can do, like, paying very little attention to it.
Yeah,
it's
you
just
can do it while
long
listening
and
to something
exhausting.
in your head.
Yeah.
In your head. What a weird way to
something
say
in your head.
What a weird way to say listen to music in
Just
your head.
put it in your head.
Or a podcast.
Yo, waiting for, like, Neuralink so I could just...
What'd you play?
I played some Hogwarts, like I said I would, because I'm a good boy and I do my
Hogwarts?
homework assignments. I mean, because we're talking about Hogwarts. I played like 2 or 3 more hours of that, and Jess was obsessed with Call of Duty, and she wanted somebody to play with her, so...
She is obsessed with Call of Duty.
Yeah,
she plays it a little bit too much.
Yeah, we've had that talk.
Just, you gotta stop.
Yeah.
All you're doing every day is just playing Call of Duty.
She's 50 ranks higher than me. And I play an unhealthy amount of Call of Duty. Yeah, she's over 450, like level 450. Mind you, cap level 600. She's well.
And you're also like gonna like better than her too.
Okay. I'm gonna throw her under the bus. I'm significantly better than her.
So it's like,
and she's playing on a worse system, and she's still a higher rank than me.
Yeah, the worse you are, the better you're like gonna do, right? So she's
Yeah.
No, sorry. The worse you are, the less points you're gonna get. So the fact that she's consistently in the bottom half of the leaderboard. She's not always last.
No.
She's consistently in the bottom half of the leaderboard, right?
Yeah. I mean,
I played with her a few times.
There's a handful of games where she'll like go off.
Yeah, obviously some.
Those
sometimes,
outliers,
I feel like most of the games she's in the bottom like 3 out of the 6.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
not trying to insult Jessica.
No.
That's a
She's
fact,
trash.
right?
It's okay.
Okay. I don't want to be saying.
No.
She was like, "Don't fuck you, punk ass."
No, the thing that I was really frustrated about is when I bought the Battle Pass. I think I might have mentioned it in one of the podcasts we did. I bought the Battle Pass, but I bought the like Jumpstart one that gives you some tier skips, just in case I didn't have enough time to finish the Battle Pass, because it's usually like 90 days. And I was like, I don't know, work might be crazy, and I might not have enough time. I had 25 tier skips and an XP, because when you get it, you get the XP boost.
Mm-hmm.
She finished the Battle Pass before me. And then got the Battle Pass after she had unlocked everything to get the rest of the stuff. And I still had like 4 tiers to go. I was like, this is an unhealthy amount of Call of Duty. Like, what else are you doing? And she's like, well, you get home like 2 hours after I get off work, so I'm just going to play till you get home.
I did that with Apex, but I knew it was unhealthy, and I knew I shouldn't, and I knew we needed to stop.
Well, I told her since she's completed everything until the next season pass, she's not allowed to play it. She's got to do something else.
She's playing it right now, dude.
I'm pretty sure she is. I mean, unless Skylar's over there. She's supposed to be taking care of the dog. Yeah, he woke up not happy and was just violently shitting everywhere.
In the house?
Yep, don't know what happened. He didn't eat anything crazy.
Gary left his milk out or something.
Nah, he didn't eat any peanut butter or anything. But he just woke up and was like, I'm just going to shit everywhere now. Yeah. Apparently she got him.
Then you had to go to work, then you had to come here.
No. This is while I was on my way over here. She's like, yeah, I took him out and it was
good.
It was just all over.
That's good for you.
Took him back inside and apparently there was something still in there because he was trying to squat inside, but nothing came out. But it's like, Jesus, that's poor thing.
Did you know Skyla hates, speaking of shit, Skyla hates like boogers like so much.
Yeah?
She was like...
She'll flick them on her. You're married, what's she gonna do?
She will kick you out the house.
I said you should.
Oh, I thought you meant you were gonna
No.
I'm not gonna do that. She'll fucking...
I would do it at my apartment.
You're right. So she was like, you're gonna have to do our kids' boogers. She's like, I can't do it. But she was like, I will do more diapers than you. She's like, I'm not doing all the fucking diapers. I'm doing shit. She's like, but I'll do a significant amount of diapers more than you if you do their boogers.
80-20 split.
And I was like, that sounds like a good deal, I think. Like, I'll do boogers. It's like gross, but I can do it.
Yeah.
I
saw this video, I wanted to vomit. It was like a medically safe way to get stuff out of your kid's nose. Where you like close their mouth and then you blow in one nostril. And I was like,
stop.
I saw a kid with like a Lego up his nose.
Well, okay, that's like dye or...
No, because it was like a head.
Stop. Like we're done.
So, it was like the head was
can't
up his
even do
nose, and he was breathing, but it was like annoying. So she like plugged his mouth, and then blew into his nose, and he snotted on the side of her face. And I was like, that is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
I'd rather get shit on like my
honestly, yeah,
the side of my face. I'd rather get baby shit.
Oh my god. I've had to clean up like socks Obi has thrown up because he'll eat a sock because he's a dumbass, and it's like covered in dog food and stuff. Oh, you want to take a video? Put it in the podcast.
No, he dreams a lot. But my dog's dreaming.
Yeah.
Where he's going?
He
dreams a lot. I mean, some dogs dream a lot, sometimes don't.
Get that squirrel.
Zoe doesn't dream. Zoe dreams, but not like a lot. Boo dreams like every day.
Get that squirrel. Get after him. Go get him.
That back leg, he's running. He's running.
Oh yeah.
The back leg's going.
You've seen those videos where they like get up and start running after they wake up? Those are
hilarious. Well, anyways, anything else? Video games? Just Hogwarts and
pretty much. Oh, I did try to play more Surviving Mars. I watched a handful of videos.
There's a board game Surviving Mars.
I thought Terraforming Mars was going to be the same thing. That's why I was like, yeah, I'll get back into it. Nope. But I watched a handful of guides, and a lot of them say it's like, you don't want it to be too easy because it'll get boring. I'm like, I want this to be the easiest game because I have no clue what I'm doing. I want to just build whatever I want and just have it work. Yeah. Like Tropico, the first time I played it on like the creative mode, I guess. You
just play. Yeah, I've done it, dude.
No money cap. Build
I played
everything.
Too much Tropico just on creative with all the cheats and that's fun.
Yeah.
But I did that I did at least like 3 or 4 times. I made an entire world all the way to the end and built every single thing. Mm-hmm. And then I tried to do it again maybe a few months later. And then I was like, I gotta stop.
Yeah.
And then I think I tried to do it again. I tried to do it again and I got a little bit bored and I was like, I can walk away.
It's like playing Minecraft in creative mode when you're flying around but you're wearing diamond armor. It's like, what are you doing? Like, you're in creative. Why do you have armor on? But
so you just played it a little bit?
I played for probably like 2 hours, and it was so weird to grasp, and I was trying to watch a video while I was playing it, and like stuff would be happening because it's hard to like pause the game. So I was like, I think I got like a setting tweaked somewhere. So I got to go in and really like check everything and learn how to play this game. You woke him up.
He was awake.
Did you get the squirrel?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I feel like next podcast I should have at least like a significant amount of hours in it because, like I said, the battle pass ends in 9 days, so I'm not going to be playing it for the next 9 days. I know, right? I'm going to try not to. But I want to actually like get through some of the scenarios of that game because it looks incredibly fun. I also sent you a game on Facebook, I think.
What?
I think I sent it to you on Messenger. It is a...
You didn't send me a game. You sent me...
I sent you a video of a game.
Video of a game?
Yep.
This is the Aztec?
Yeah.
I did not look at it. You sent it today. I didn't look at it.
IGN just posted it, I think, like today or yesterday. It's basically like the conquistadors attack Aztec civilizations, and you play one of the warriors trying to survive. And it looks so fun.
Sounds
I
cool.
really want to try it. I think that's it for video games.
All right. Movies?
Movies. What'd you watch?
I haven't watched a single movie in the past 2 weeks.
You haven't?
No.
I've just rewatched stuff. Nothing new, honestly.
That was short.
Yeah. I watched Talladega Nights.
You said you watched it before. You said that last week.
Yeah. No, not last week. I think it was...
You said last podcast.
I think it was the podcast before. I don't think it was last podcast.
Oh, it was 2 podcasts ago.
But still, it's like, it was in my history. I was like, I'm going to watch this again. It was funny.
I think
that movie still holds up. The movie's so funny.
All the Will Ferrell comedies still hold up.
Well...
They all do. Pick one.
I mean, Step Brothers is a little...
Step Brothers holds up.
Yeah. It's like Adam Sandler movies. Like, they're borderline now, but they still... Like Waterboy. But it's pretty good.
Alright, TV shows.
I watched some more of The Rookie, but that's about it, honestly. Some more Demon Slayer.
Why?
Why what?
Why?
Why what?
You know what I'm saying why for.
Why what?
Why'd you say Mort and Ricky?
I did. I said more of The Rookie.
Oh, more. I thought you said Mort and Ricky. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
No, I said more.
I thought you said Mort and the Ricky. I was like,
yeah.
I was like, what?
Now I want that show.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Okay, that makes sense. The Rookie, okay.
Yeah, more of The Rookie. I'm on season 3. They really pick up.
I saw a clip where... I don't want to spoil it.
No, go ahead.
There were people like outside his house. Did that happen?
Yeah.
Try to like kill him.
Yeah.
I saw a clip of it.
Yeah.
And I was like,
It's pretty good.
Literally all I've been watching
Mm-hmm.
is American Dad.
Yeah.
Randomly some reruns of American Dad, and watching 2-3 episodes of King of the Hill. I just played it while I was like cleaning up the house. I was cleaning dishes. I just played it, a couple episodes, and American Dad, and that's it. Haven't been doing a whole lot this week. Sorry, everybody. But.
I hear one of the shows that's on my list that I really need to get around to watching. I hear they're restarting, not necessarily like starting over, but picking back up Justified. Same cast.
I think so.
Same cast. I really want to watch that, but I hear there's like 13 seasons.
Nope.
Yeah. I did that with South Park twice. Not doing it again.
So what happened? So part of the reason is because I lost one of my headphones. So I only have one.
Oh, shame.
And I don't know why I was sitting there and I'm like, I watched one and I'm like, I don't want to watch a movie or a TV show.
Which is one headphone.
Like I watched one episode of South Park and like I just have one headphone on and I feel like I'm just watching American Dad or YouTube and I'm just like, just because I have one headphone. Yeah. And then my coworker next to me was like watching a video. So yesterday I was like holding my ear and watching it because this video I was like,
I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah, and then I can't turn it up too loud because then it like hurts your ear or whatever, right? So that's probably the biggest reason. I probably would watch some more South Park and maybe something else if I had two headphones. But it's a problem. I only have one headphone.
Well, just go to like Target and get those gummy ones you love so much.
Here's the problem: the connector. Something about the connector of the Lightning or the USB-C connector of this phone is hella fucked up and like doesn't work.
You need like Bluetooth.
So I have to have Bluetooth headphones.
That sucks. Also, that case is maybe it's time for a new one.
They don't make new cases for this. I can't find cases for this exact phone.
You gotta stop getting phones like that. You keep doing that.
My dad buys it for me, so it's whatever he wants to do.
Still using daddy's money, I see.
Bought me a car, bought me a phone. Bought Skylar's phone.
I was scrolling through some of the older videos, just kind of tangent again, and we were talking about your dad buying stuff back in like Infamous Part 2. It's like, oh man. I think it was when I was eating chicken.
That was Infamous.
Yeah.
Good times.
It's like, oh, we should get a new one. It's like, I'll just have my daddy get one. I was like, you son of a bitch.
My daddy buy me one. Alright.
Books. We haven't talked about books.
I haven't listened to any book, again, because I have one headphone. But also, I don't know if I mentioned this. I think I did. So, I asked my brothers for, like, book recommendations, because my brothers read a lot of books. And then I asked my older brother, I said, do you have how about a King Arthur or a Robin Hood book recommendation? He didn't give me a Robin Hood book recommendation, but he gave me a King Arthur recommendation. And I mentioned this before, the Once and Future King. And I just kind of don't like it.
There's I'll look it up if I can.
But it's supposedly like one of the top tier premier King Arthur stories, and I kind of don't like it.
There's one that I heard on TikTok because I was following Book Talk, and it was a King Arthur book, but it was from the perspective of everyone else.
Oh.
And it was like hearing from different like lords or peasants or servants or like the queen. Cool. Like it was different perspectives and how he treated different people through the story. So it was like some people, they saw him as like incredibly shitty of a king. Or some of the other knights are like, yeah, he's, arrogant, but, I can't help but find him intelligent. Yeah, and it gives a different spin, so it's almost like totally different stories because
that's like the book with the red shirts in Star Trek.
I think you've told me about it.
It's like they realize that one person always goes on a mission with the captains, and one person always dies, and that person's always wearing a red shirt, and they figure it out.
Oh, yeah.
So then it's like, I have to go on a mission with the captain.
Oh, no.
And then it's like, you're going to fucking die.
Yeah. You're the expendable one.
And you're like, I hope I don't fucking die. And then they die every time. So it's like a story book about that. I want to read that.
I was going to say, that sounds great.
So that's kind of like the same thing-ish.
Yeah, I got to find out what it is. But I hear it's a pretty popular book. Or not necessarily popular, but pretty good. And it's kind of like... like a diamond in the rough kind of book because it has a following and it is out there, but like you never hear about it, you know. But it is kind of like what's that movie with Adam Driver and Matt Damon, that dueling movie.
You told me to watch it, and I watched it.
And it
I
wasn't
didn't
very
like
great.
it.
Yeah, but it is like
The
that,
Last
where,
Duel.
Yeah, where it's like it's each of their stories, but
The
from a
fight
different
was cool.
perspective.
Yeah, but like I don't know.
The story sucked. Yeah,
It was just like
it was rough to watch.
it was like they wanted it to be this giant blockbuster, but it's got like
Yeah.
sexual assault in it, and
Yeah.
like 3 different times, and it's like.
Yeah.
What is it? And I'm like, why is this like? I was like, this isn't gonna be a big blockbuster.
No.
I just kind of made me uncomfortable. I was like, I don't want to.
It was a good movie though. Like,
I didn't think it was good.
but
I think
your,
it was
your
good.
opinion is trash anyway. Just kidding.
It was okay. 6.
The
end fight was. I like the end fight. It was
Oh, yeah.
graphic and it was
Oh,
like real and it was like, ugh.
There was a war historian who was doing like reviews for movies, and he said that everything about that movie sucks when it comes to accuracy, except for that fight scene. Where it's like the equipment is a little off, and how they would react is a little off, but in this particular duel, because it was a real duel, it is kind of how they acted. Like there isn't exact accounts of like what happened in the duel, just like people telling the story.
It wasn't actually the last duel.
Yeah.
It was the last.
It was last like trial by combat. Or
Trial by
something.
combat. It was
Yeah.
the last. So technically not the last duel, but it was the last.
Yeah, you look at like Andrew Jackson, you know.
Most of the time, you just fire is when they would duel in the 1700s.
Yeah.
Most of the time, 1800s. 90% of the time, what you do is you just fire it in the air because it's just like you're not actually trying to kill them. It's just like a show of like.
You're calling them out and they show up, you know.
But sometimes you actually shoot.
Sometimes you just gotta shoot somebody. Yeah. But no, back to the book.
I was like, let's go to books.
Yeah, it is honestly like it's that kind of story where
being cute.
when you think about like how somebody in that position would treat people of higher, lower, or equal status, it kind of shines a light on how people truly are, especially when you're talking about somebody like King Arthur. So it's a great book. I gotta find it. If I do, I'll see if I can post a link or something to it.
Yeah, and I don't really.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know. I just to me that kind of felt like I was. To me, that felt like I was dismissing what you were saying. I just want to get back.
No,
but
you're
that's
good.
not what I was trying to do.
No,
So
you're
this is
good.
how it felt like to me. Like
No,
you
that's
said,
fine. We'll meet Pistols at Dawn.
Paintball guns
No.
at noon in the sun. And
Knife fight at midnight.
I kind of don't like it because it's a lot of like. It's kind of like Tolkien-ish, I guess.
Tolkien?
Where it's like a giant paragraph of explanation
Mm-hmm.
of how something looks and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like he found Merlin's castle or Merlin's fort or whatever, and it was how it looked. And I'm pretty sure it was an entire page was a whole paragraph of how just explaining every single thing inside of this hut.
Mm-hmm.
And also one thing that kind of bugs me is it's like I'm on like 6 chapters in, so it's not really even spoilers for
Yeah.
The thing that I kind of don't like, I kind of like the idea of King Arthur just being like, he's not literally a random kid, right? He's like, but kind of just a random kid who pulls a sword from the snow. But this is like, Merlin like finds him early on and like trains him and goes him from a kid and raises him to be the king and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then, like, that kind of bugs me. I kind of like the idea of him just being a random kid who pulls it.
Well, it's very like Superman-esque when you think about it.
Yeah.
It's like if you think
Well,
about
no,
it.
Superman is King Arthur-esque.
If we're gonna get into this, I swear to God. But it is that kind of. There's that similarity there where, is he really great or is it something that he was just born with that he didn't really have to earn? You know. But it's how they got that power and how they chose to use it that makes them heroes. So, I think the story of him just being somebody random without truly knowing his background beforehand makes it such a better story. So,
Kind of like Superman.
true, yeah.
So dumb. And then also there's a lot of like animal stuff, like he transforms into a fish and goes on a whole like fish adventure.
King Arthur?
Yeah, there's a lot of like
weird.
Merlin transforming, and then my
That
brother,
didn't happen.
he goes, oh, he gets transformed into a swan for like half of a book, and I was like, I kind of don't want to read that. I don't care if it's good. And I'm like, what? Transformed into a swan, and so I just haven't.
Yeah, no.
Let's do it again. And
Yeah.
I don't know. kind of don't like it. So maybe I'm debating on like trying to continue it, and then I try to continue it and I listen to it for like 5 minutes, and I was like, I just don't want to listen to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just don't want to listen to it. So I just turn it off. So I just don't want to. I don't want to just force myself through it. Like I literally don't like it. So.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah. Any books for you? No.
I picked up this book called The Vagrant. A while back, I was at a Barnes & Noble and I couldn't figure out what I wanted to read. So I just Google searched books that were like, I guess D&D inspired or like adjacent. And that was on like 5 different lists. So I was like, that's, credit enough. I haven't started it yet, but I was looking at some of the reviews. It looks like it's going to be a great book. I hate the narrator though. So it might be one of the books that I have to go pick up a physical copy for because I can't stand the guy's voice. Like, you ever had a good book that was just ruined by a terrible reader?
Yeah, I think so.
I say terrible. I mean, the man made.
I haven't listened to that many audiobooks, but
yeah.
Yeah, and then the audiobook for My Once a Future King is kind of like not bad, but really expressive, and I think too expressive for my taste.
Yeah. There's a handful of books that I picked up for free as well. Audible was doing something. I don't know the order of these, but I have 3 of them here. It's the Seaborn Cycle, the Seaborn Trilogy. And it's the first book that I've gotten on Audible that's narrated by a woman. So we're going to see how that turns out.
Dude, it's like I was watching Apex.
Mm-hmm.
Professional live stream, and I watched it for like an hour and a half,
and
then they brought on like a different person, and it was
like a commentator?
and it was like whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like a dude, and I was like, oh, I've been listening to just 3 females talk about, I was gonna say chicks,
pesky women.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I didn't even like realize, and I was like not proud of myself, but I was kind of like, that's good. I didn't even cross my mind. That was 3 females, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like 2 females, and then those are the... Am I doing that? Am I saying weird females? It's because I want to say chicks. Skylar hates when I said chicks, kind of.
Well, Skylar's not here.
It was 2 chicks, and
that was fast.
are like commentating on it,
Yeah.
and then it'll go back to them, and then they go to one other commentator person, and usually it's like it's 2 guys and 1 girl, right? This is like all 3 girls, and I was just like, I didn't even think about it. And I was like, and then I was thinking is I was like, there's some really sexist people that would have thought about that. And it would have bugged them.
Yeah.
It would have bugged them. Because people don't like women in sports or video games and
when
stuff.
they recast Ariel to be black, yeah. I
don't give a fuck about it.
Heard an argument Friday about that. The most obnoxious,
At a church? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Somebody at a church has an opinion on black people? That's crazy.
I know, right? I had to remind them that Ursula was designed and modeled after a drag queen, so if they want to keep things original, they need a guy. A male.
Alright. YouTube. Anything interesting? I've been, I guess, back into getting through some board game top 10 lists and stuff like that. I wouldn't say I got out of it, but I just haven't been making that like a priority or whatever. But this last few days, I've been like listening to a lot, and I've been watching some Smosh clips. Those can be pretty funny sometimes, dude.
Oh my god.
Those are actually really funny sometimes.
Sure.
I don't watch whole videos ever, but I watch clips. And they got some. Oh, and I'm watching a lot of Red Link clips. Those are so good.
Funny enough, same. Not necessarily clips, but we'll get to that in a minute.
And I think I just checked. Oh, I've been watching some Stone Mountain again. Getting back into him a little bit.
Mostly just like his Facebook clips, because that's where a lot of his stuff is posted.
What full video? I'm going to get back into some full videos.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah, he had a lot of opinions to say about stuff in the Battle Pass. Not Battle Pass, in the Call of Duty store.
Oh.
Because it's slowly turning to pay to win again. So.
Yeah. Alright, you do. Anything interesting?
Shorts have been like consuming my life.
I know, dude. I need to stop.
I didn't realize. I was looking for a short, like I was looking for a TikTok, and I was like, it's harder to look for it even if I've liked it, it's harder to find that one. So I got to get off of YouTube for a bit.
I like just sat down and I watched YouTube Shorts for 2.5 hours. And I was like, I just wasted 2.5 hours. I could have done so many things.
Yeah. Now, usually it's like, if it's anything that's a video game, I skip it. If it's anything that's somebody reacting to somebody, I skip it. And if it's anything animal related, I skip it.
How will some Starship Troopers react?
None of that, but I might be diving back into that a little bit later. Yeah.
Alright. Anything really interesting, though?
Interesting? Not really. A lot of, like, movie trivia stuff.
Oh.
Like, apparently, how they filmed Terminator 2, they asked Arnold Schwarzenegger if he could make sharper turns on his motorcycle. And he said, not with me on it. So they changed the frame rate. Yeah. Well, it's also like he was taking corners at like 30 or 40 on a motorcycle that was weighed down with like safety equipment. And they wanted him to go faster. And he's like, that's not going to happen. And it's the
How much you paying me?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, it was like 70,000 a line, so yeah.
More.
Yeah. But the way they like cut the frame rate or edited the frame rate, they chopped frames out so when they played it back, it looked like he was taking them faster.
That's cool.
I was like, that's a genius way of doing it. Same with the gunshots on the T-1000. Those are practical effects.
Mm-hmm.
Like the morph that pops out, apparently those are practical effects. They modeled clay after they shot it with silicone, and then they spray painted it silver, and then put like fishing line open. What do they call them? Squibs.
Yep.
That would pop open, so they looked natural.
I think I heard that those were practical effects,
Yeah.
that then they shined over a little bit.
Oh yeah, they just hit them with silver spray paint and then touched them up in post.
Yeah. But that's interesting.
Yeah, those old movies, like, you had to do so much.
I saw one, like, meme, I guess, and it was like, when they brought, I forget the actor's name, but whatever his name was, on set, they were discussing how to film the scene with him going through the bars until, and then the actor just walked up and went, melted through the bars and in real life, and everybody was like, oh, I guess you could just do that. You just have that superpower. Yeah. He's like, yeah, and they just filmed it that way. Yeah. And it was some meme, and it was really funny how it was written, but I was just like what the...
Patrick or something like that.
Yeah. It was hella weird. I was just like, that's funny.
I told you about his running, right?
Yeah.
That's insane, though. Yeah, apparently they wanted the guy who was in the first movie to come back and play the T-1000, but either...
Kyle...
Something or other, right?
Kyle...
You can do it. I believe in you.
Can't do it. Kyle. I know it's Kyle, though.
Apparently, like, the size discrepancy and the way the story was written, they didn't want to confuse too many people. So they just got a whole new person to play the T-1000, and apparently it was the best choice ever. Anton,
whatever.
What?
The guy who played Kyle in Salvation. Anton, Fuck! I only got first names. I got first names. If I knew these actors, he's dead. He's dead.
Yeah.
Guy played Chekhov. I don't want to say Anton Chekhov because he played Chekhov in the
Star
movies.
Star Trek. Okay.
Anton
Petrovich.
Something
like that.
Played Kyle. Well, you'd say same. His only other character was Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
His dad. You wanted his dad. His dad was going to come back as the T-1000.
Whoever was in the first, I can't remember.
Because it was the only characters in it were Sarah Connor, Kyle something.
Yeah.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
And did she have a boyfriend in the first movie that he killed or something? I think she had a boyfriend or something that he killed.
Maybe.
And those are like the only characters.
Pretty much, yeah.
The psychiatrist was in all three movies.
Yeah, that's right.
And then the third one, he's like, oh, he's back. Yeah. Dude, I love that. You're like, I was like, literally, I'm like, watch the third one just for that scene because it's fucking so good.
Oh yeah.
He's like, he's back.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And then he just leaves like.
Greatest paycheck ever, honestly. Yeah.
All right. Music, podcast, streaming.
What do you got for music, or podcast, or streaming? So
music. I've been trying to pick songs or change songs more. I'm trying to do that less because I do that too much.
Just cycle through stuff too quick?
Yeah, I'll like pick songs that I want to hear, so I've been trying to, because I listen to country, I've been trying to just like play it and then just play it. But some of those songs aren't that good.
No.
But that's like like I kind of only like singles, really, for the most part.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like other songs, but a lot of songs in the middle or like the end of the album just seem kind of bland to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of those songs seem really bland. Even in bands that I like, and and stuff.
I mean, apart from Kenny, you'd be hard pressed to find somebody who likes every single thing a band puts out. You know? Yeah, I mean, Kenny's all over Green Day.
Still.
But I mean, good for it. But
good for him. It's one of his defining features. Dude, if like this whole time he's like, I actually haven't liked it. I just had to play into it. There's no way, because we play the first note of a song.
He'll know it.
And he was like, I know that. And he's like, that's this song.
I can do that with a lot of songs, but nothing to that level. Yeah.
We were like,
yeah. He's
walking home. It was like any of the first like 5 albums. It was like played, and the first, literally half the songs he knew the first note. He knew what it was. I was like, Kenny, that's too much. Yeah. That's too much Green Day.
Oh yeah. Now I got probably 200 songs on my Spotify liked list. I can do that with any of those songs because I've listened to them so much. You know.
Streaming. Every once I try to watch a couple of streaming things.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I've been watching? Jackie from Alfredo's girlfriend from She Went On Her.
Mm-hmm.
Are they married now?
I don't think so. They could be. I don't know. Like they're gonna care if we get it wrong. His sister, whatever.
I've been literally like her stream. I'll like watch her stream a couple times.
Is she any good? She bad?
I guess I just don't even like watching streams. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
I just feel like I could be doing.
I love watching clips from streams. That's always fun.
Ray's got some. Dude, I watch so many every clip he puts out.
Yeah. Honestly, I had to stop because he was putting out like 2 or 3 videos, and then would put out like a 3-hour video of like everything that happened in April. It's like I can't keep doing this.
Podcast streaming. We talk about music for a second.
Podcast. Yeah, I got back into Red Web. I'm actually listening to the Bigfoot episode.
What's that one again?
Red Web is basically like the conspiracy theories Trevor and Alfredo go over. It's pretty fun because they're both like whiny babies about it.
Okay.
They're like, I don't know what would happen if like Bigfoot chased after me, you know. I was like, well, I would just run to your house and make you deal with it. It's like,
you don't gotta outrun Bigfoot.
Yeah.
You gotta outrun the person next to you.
Yeah. But it's like random things like that, or they intentionally try to scare Alfredo. So it's always fun because he's easy to scare, especially if it's like supernatural stuff. He's easy to scare. So it's just a lot of watching him get uncomfortable about weird random things that have happened.
Good.
Or a similar-ish show. I brought it up last time called Time Suck. I've dug in a little deeper on that. Got maybe like 4 episodes down. I'm listening to Napoleon. Did you know he was actually like above average height?
Yes.
But the propaganda machine of Great Britain was so amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. That's why people like tea, because they won't shut up about it. You know?
Hey, China, that'd be nice tea you had. Be ashamed if someone took it and culturally appropriated and pretended like it was ours the entire time.
Yeah. But moving on. Same stuff on streaming, honestly. I've tried to just put stuff on, or I'll find a game that I want to watch and just put that on. Or games that I don't have that I want to play. I'll just find something. Last I checked, there was like 8 people streaming Surviving Mars, so that's fun to watch. The other one was... Oh, what was it? I don't remember what it was. It'll come back to me later.
We skipped sports question mark. That's what it still is in my thing.
Yeah.
So it was both the 8th seed in NBA and the NHL both made it to like the finals, right?
Yeah.
And it was like NHL, like it was the 8th seed made it to the finals, and then the Heat made it to the finals. I just thought it was funny. I kept seeing memes about that.
Oh yeah.
Was it Knights or something?
NHL? The Vegas Knights, I believe.
Wasn't it them?
Yes, versus... Who is it? I just looked this up maybe like 3 days ago.
Oh.
I can't remember.
Yep. So.
I got a sports question for you.
Yep.
And we'll see if you can get it.
The finals are Heat and Nuggets.
Go ahead and...
Heat in 7. Let's go. Even though I don't think that's gonna happen, but I gotta ride with. You gotta keep riding with them, right? They're just the Nuggets are probably gonna win. People are like, why do you disrespect Jokic so much? Because who gives a fuck about the Denver Nuggets? Nick, do you give a shit about the Denver Nuggets?
Ew, gross.
I could not give a fuck. People like, people disrespect Jokic. He's so good. And people like, nobody cares about the Denver. Everybody always cares about the Lakers. I'm like, because they're more interesting. I don't give a shit about fucking Denver Nuggets. I don't give a fuck. Go away.
Yeah.
Why are you a team?
I'll bring that up later. Different thing. I had a sports trivia question for you.
Go.
Out of the 4 main sports franchises, NBA, NFL, MLB, and NHL, what 2 days out of the entire year do they not play?
The day before and the day after.
You have seen it.
All-Star game.
You have seen it. I honestly thought there was more days.
That's it.
That's crazy that there's only 2 days out of the entire year that there isn't a sport.
So that's how oh hey buddy, this is our mascot you never get to see. Hash brown. That's why Bart from the church, he's like, oh, I don't watch any TV or movies, I just watch sports.
That makes sense.
So you just watch sports? He's like, I watch every professional sport and every college sport.
Every game, yeah. College is still a bit much.
He's like, I watch every college and professional football and basketball game.
That's
excessive. He's like every single one.
That's excessive, yeah.
That's doing the
Well, he just retired for the 3rd time, so I mean now he's got more time on his hands.
The 3rd time?
Well, the first time he retired, he said he just decided to stop working, and people were calling him 4 days after, and he's like, why'd I retire if people are still calling me? And it's like, well, that's one way of looking at it. And then he broke his arm, and it's like, maybe that's why. Should probably retire.
Alright, moving on.
Moving on.
Indie Game Club, Broken Age.
How'd you like it?
I very much enjoyed it. Did you like it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's a very simple...
Hello.
It's a very simple story. It almost feels like a kid's game.
Yes.
With how... the themes of everything. But it's still incredibly fun.
So...
It's like Legos.
I like point-and-click puzzle games like that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but didn't it also just piss you the fuck off?
Yeah.
How am I supposed to know that I'm just supposed to let the snake constrict me until he falls off? How am I supposed to know that?
Yeah.
How am I? I had to look it up. I'm stuck. I'm like, I tried everything multiple times.
I feel a little less bad.
I was
that
like,
you had
what?
to look something up now.
Dude, I just look things up. I try a little bit. I look it up. I'm not.
I gave pretty much everything 5 minutes. If I couldn't do it in 5 minutes, I looked it up. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it just kept happening where it's like, oh, I've tried everything with everything, and I look, I'm like, oh, I didn't try that. I'm like, how did I not try that? Yeah. Or it's like, what happens? I was telling Skylar, I was like, what happens is you convince yourself that you have tried this with that thing, and then you look it up, and you're like, oh, I never tried this with that thing.
Yep.
And it's like, I really thought I tried this with that thing.
Some things that I found you had to try multiple times. You would try it with one thing, and something would change, and then you had to do it again. And I don't have an example, but there was, I think, 1 or 2 things where it's like you had to hit something and then hit it again. Or in the beginning, you had to talk to the, I don't know, beginning, depending on which path you decided to play first. I played, what's her name?
Bella.
There it is. You have to talk to the other girls in certain orders.
Yeah.
There's nothing really saying you have to go back and talk to certain girls again. And I was like, oh, so there is an order.
Did you have to look it up?
Not necessarily. I just talked to every one of them over and over and over. But
I figured that one out. See, but it's like, I'm frustrated because I can't figure everything out, but when I do figure something out, I'm like, yes!
It does feel very satisfying.
Whose story did you like better?
I liked her story a bit better.
I like Bella's story way, but
I like... I
3 times as more as Shay's.
I feel like because Shay's was... It felt like it always had training wheels. Hers felt like a little harder. Like you had to really think for a lot of her stuff. But did you enjoy the twist towards the like middle?
Yeah, I was
You
like,
know what I'm
oh.
talking about, right?
Well, we do spoilers here. I was like,
Yeah.
oh. Okay.
So what did you think of like the two stories individually? Like, did you think they were like separated, or did you know that?
I kind of wanted there to be more having to switch between them.
Yeah.
I wanted there to be more because it felt like.
Honestly, you could go a good majority of the game before you switch.
Yeah. So I kind of wanted there to be like you had to switch more.
Yeah.
But and in the playthrough I looked up, it was like they just played through one thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then when they had to switch, they played through the other thing, and then when they had to switch, they played through the entire other thing.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like how I did it.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of wish there was maybe a little bit more switch. You had to switch a little bit more.
Yeah. Honestly, any time that I got stuck on a puzzle, I would switch. That way, it's like I'm thinking a totally different like mindset.
But I would just get
on puzzles.
frustrated and look it up.
I get that, but sometimes, depending on like what the puzzle was, like the clouds. What was the Cloud City called? I can't
Who
remember.
cares? Jack Black's town.
Sure, yeah, the Cloud City. Like there was a handful of like sections where it's like, oh, I just keep falling through the clouds. Or it's like, oh, I keep doing this wrong, or I keep doing that. Or it's like, okay, I'm just gonna switch because this is gonna frustrate me.
Yeah, I didn't know you could put shoes on on the ladder. I was like, what? I was like, you never told me to do that. I never did that before. I was like, I didn't know you could combine them in the menu. So then the entire rest of the game, I kept trying to combine things, and nothing else got combined a single time at all.
Yeah, I think they should have done that a bit better.
And I was like, what? I was like annoyed. I was like, and then especially since I tried it and I don't think maybe it did, but I don't think it did a single time. And then I was annoyed. I was like, this is some bullshit. But I did really much enjoy it. Really much enjoy it.
It was honestly like a really good story. In my opinion, I think it's a story if they did something, not quite a sequel, but the same idea with a different story.
Yeah.
It would work. It would work as well.
Maybe they will. How old is it?
Shit, I think like 2013 or something.
No.
It's pretty old. Because it came out on PC first.
It was on the Vita. So it's actually got to be pretty old. They stopped making that shit a long time ago. Hash brown, my leg is cramping up.
Ha! I was close.
2014.
Yeah. January 28th, 2014.
But good choice. You picked it.
It was fun. Yeah, I
Pretty good.
really liked it. Did you... Because there's a trophy in there. I think it's, like, get through a good portion of the game. Like, I think it's, like, half the chapters or get through the game making less than, like, 5 mistakes. Guess you haven't.
I'm not doing that.
There's another one where it's, like, get through the entire... Like, beat the game in under 2 hours. Or something like that. I was like, what?
I was like, I guess you could.
Yeah.
Could
You
do
just
that?
don't make any mistakes. Like, you'll get both of those back to back. Honestly.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like a fun trophy to do. It's like rush through the game,
I'm
but
good on that.
yeah, I'm not a fan.
I can maybe go back and get a couple, but
Yeah. Yeah.
there's one for like making all the things smile,
Oh yeah.
and I did that. I was like smile, 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 and I got it. And I was like, hey.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great concept. I really wish that they would do something else. I'll check
Yeah.
the studio and see if they put out any other games. But it is a great concept. I kind of like that we picked that one.
Did you pick another one for this week?
I haven't. I wanted to talk to you about it.
Yeah.
Let's
I
do
just want to.
it. We're back.
Okay. Oh.
We're gonna
That's
go.
for this week, I think.
Yeah. I'm gonna range you. This is a
We did a video.
this is actually.
We did the same style, same company as on the other.
So what are we playing?
Kitten Squad.
There we go, Kitten Squad.
Kitten Squad. Are you okay?
No, not. Just
What are you doing?
K.
This is a K?
Because it's, got the line and then
Okay. Kitten Squad.
gosh.
Low gang gang. I thought it was funny, dude.
Shut up.
I was like, right, Nick? You're like, no. I was like, oh.
Absolutely not.
Low gang gang.
Made me want to vomit on you and your cat.
He would not like that.
Yeah.
We usually put on beach.
Just all Pepsi and nuggets.
Alright. So real fast. I kind of like that we do this now. We just super quick
Run through it.
run through of
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you didn't play Carcassonne. I played Star Wars. Oh, never mind. We did play Star Wars Villainous, so Nathan did that, and Pirates. We didn't play Pirates. He loves Pirates Go. We played War of the Ring, and played Catan. Boom. You played Harry Potter.
Yep.
He said Tears of the Kingdom. I'm assuming he played it. He's
Better.
going to comment down there. I said Mortal Kombat, didn't play that at all, but...
I figured.
You said Fast 9, Fast 10.
I did not get to. Totally forgot that was what I was supposed to watch.
Nathan said Renfield, John Wick, and D&D.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Put it in the
I
comments.
said Hannibal, Hunger Games 2, didn't watch a single video game. Oh, movie. You said Rookie, Bodyguard, Vikings. You watched Rookie.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch Bodyguard Vikings at all?
No, I didn't watch Bodyguard Vikings, but I did start watching Demon Slayer again. It's kind of like whatever she wants to watch.
Yeah. And he said Game of Thrones and anime. I'm assuming you watched those. I pressed South Park, didn't watch that because I lost one of my headphones.
Mm-hmm. What season are you on?
2.
Really? You said you're specifically gonna watch a shit ton of South Park.
My headphone. Bro.
Just fucking airplay it.
You'd have to go into a different room.
You're in a different room. She's not even here.
At work.
Uh-huh.
Okay, board games. I'm not putting Carcassonne. You better play a different fucking board game.
I'm gonna say Carcassonne. I am not going to play another board game until I play Carcassonne.
I'll say none.
I'm gonna next week.
Boy, I don't know. Oh boy.
What?
The next time we film, we'll play a lot. Or something I really want to try to play. But last Friday, I want to try and play that again.
Last Friday?
Yep. Okay, video games. I'm going to put Mortal Kombat. I'm going to try to play it. Hello, everybody, and welcome.